Hello, my name is Pablo Rangel,
And I am Neeraja.
and this is Powering Sustainability by German Distribution. Today, we have a very special topic because we live in a world of abundance where we can purchase phones, cars, TVs, a lot of groceries, but we never complete in our minds the cycle of what it involves to purchase all these things. So we will be discussing with Niraja the psychology of waste management.
Yes, it's a very interesting topic because we always talk about how to manage waste, and all the basically the aftermath of how to manage things once they become waste. But we don't really always think about what led to this thing being waste. This is why do we throw things away, and why do we basically, like, instead of repairing, reusing, and recycling properly, why do we throw them away, and why do we contribute to the waste issue as a whole? And this is not something that is widely discussed.
Yes, and it's something that I never thought about is when you go to purchase sneakers, for example. You don't think that one day I will throw them, and how am I supposed to throw them? Or this will be good for the environment, or it will not be good for the environment. So that cycle is not complete in our way to do things, and if it sounds crazy because we live in a world that is for consuming things in huge quantities. But why is that the human being is more into what we see and not what will happen after when I purchase something?
Yes. What mostly happens is that when you own something, you basically like overvalue it, and then once it breaks, you just write it off. It's, you think that it's just of no value anymore, and then you just throw it away. That's what's been happening recently quite a lot. I don't know if this is the same in all cultures, but I'm sure that you can remember a time in your childhood when, when something was broken, you fix it first. And you keep using it until it can't be fixed anymore. And then you buy a new one. But nowadays, repair is not happening in most households. If something tears in your jeans, for example, you just buy new jeans. But I remember a time when I was small, when I used to like tear my clothes or something. My mother used to, first you do the mending, and then later when it can't be worn anymore, that's when you replace it, or just like.
Yes, exactly. And as you say, when I was a kid, I was playing in the mud and stuff, and my jeans get broken. So I was learning how to sew. Even at the schools, they used to teach us how to sew, how to mend the things.
Class too, yeah. Nowadays, that culture is practically non-existent. Especially, I don't know if you've seen, like, on TikTok and on Instagram Reels or whatever. They have these Instagram influencers that do a lot of product hauls from all these websites, and most of these, no one person can use all these products in one lifetime. They're mostly just going to throw them away. That is a big issue that we're facing right now.
Yeah, and it's for everything, the mindset of the human beings have changed so much because when you buy a cell phone, now you know that probably you will only have that phone for 1 year, 2 years stop, and then it comes another offer, blah, 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 and then that phone changes, even if it's still working. And it's with everything. It's even with the food. You go to a restaurant and you have huge plates, variety, things that you're not used to eat in a normal day at home. But then we fill the plate so much that we feel the flavor and everything good, but we never finished. And that also It's not our perspective. I will put everything on my plate to throw it. It's I will try to eat it because I like it, because it's good, because it's something that I'm not used to have every day. But at the end, we won't finish. We left the leftovers in the plate.
Yeah, so basically we live in this era of like throwaway culture. You know, we things are available abundantly, and then when it breaks or some, even if we don't need it anymore, we just throw them away. And also another thing that basically like it shapes our perception of things is that we are sort of bombarded with these go green, don't waste messages from everywhere. After a while, you just become desensitized to it. That's something that I've been seeing like all around me. If something gets said too many times and everywhere you go, you just sort of learn to tune it out. You know, so that is also a huge problem these days.
Yes, it's like we seen this every day. It's there. It doesn't have any. It's not a big issue, and you're right. And but there's a question that we must answer, and probably we can answer in this podcast, is why we are in the way we are, why we throw things, why we behave like this.
Yeah, we first we need to understand why we throw basically why we throw things, and also why we ignore recycling messages and all of that. That is the only reason. I mean, like that is the only way we can sort of figure out how to design solutions that address the issue and encourage people to recycle and sort and everything. So this is a very to give the best user experience in our products, we need to first understand what people are thinking. So that's what we are trying to do through this. There was this recent statistic that I read that a person in UAE generates about 1.8 kg of waste every day, which is which is among the highest in the world. And not just that, like all of these households that claim to separate their waste and like sort before disposing of them. One third of households claim to separate their waste, but more than half of them don't even go through with that.
Yeah, that's true. And the answer to all of this, I think, goes deeper. We were speaking about it the other day. The human moves through habits, you know. When it's like the job schedules, for example. If you know that in your office the schedule is from 8 to 6, you will manage everything in your habits to be at this time, to fulfill this schedule. But it's something that it must be not because you want it or you love it, but because you create the habit to do it. So because we have, you said before, we have so many signs of go green, do this, but it's not affecting our personal life, we don't do anything for it. We don't put a change on it. I was reading the other day that for a human being to change the chip, it needs to go through a process of 21 to 40 days to do the same activity continuously. So then you change, and then it becomes part of your normal routine, whatever you want to do. If it's going to the gym, if it's we go green, if it's not eating so much certain food, educate yourself. It is a effort process that we must go through, and it takes time because we move for habits that we do. For I'm used to work in this way, and some people maybe they don't even notice that when you sit in your office, You like to put certain items in the right, others in the left, move the mouse, somehow put your screen in some, and be comfortable, you know? And if something goes out of place, then you feel uncomfortable. It's bad because it's moving out your habit of order, a way to sit, a way to work in your computer. So this is the difficult part. When we know that we need to go green, we can implement it in an office, for example, which is easier. We say, for example, now we have the recycling bins. Everybody will throw paper here, plastic here, and organic here. And it will create the habit because you have the tools to do it. But it doesn't mean that you will do the same habit at home. You won't necessarily create this way to do things at home because you will say, well, in the office I have the tools, but in my house, no. But that's the difficult part, and that's the part that will change actually the environment to create this difficult habit of, in my house, the first day I'm separating, the second day I'm separating, I'm reusing. I will analyze what can I reuse, mend, or fix to keep going, and also to put the thought that when you go to purchase something, you will think, what will I do after with this other, and it's difficult because it requires effort, time, and at the end even money. And speaking about all this, the question is how behavior shapes waste systems.
Yeah, actually, behavior is what shapes waste systems, and also we can sort of modify waste systems to also shape behaviors in some ways. For example, there are some of these platforms that are available already in the UAE. They sort of make the habit of recycling rewarding, technically. So basically, like if you schedule a garbage pickup, for example, you schedule it, you get points, and then you can later exchange the points for like vouchers or whatever. And people are more like incentivized to promote these recycling habits and also like actually apply it in their real lives. It's like, gamification of like these habits. And this has been proven to work to some extent.
We actually don't know, and we don't have the curiosity to know when is the schedule for the pickup for the for the trash, for the bins. We don't have this curiosity of saying, okay, at 9 a.m. every Wednesday comes the truck and blah blah, and I will have my already my waste separate and segregated, so they will tell. And I can even put a sign on my own bin that says my food is segregated. It will help somehow, like you say, but generating the curiosity to where are the recycling points, where we can recycle, where we can go to. We spoke about in previous podcasts that there's these now places where they're big and we can go with our waste and dispose properly. Where are they? What time we can go to visit, to dispose? All these kind of things change the human behavior for good.
Human behavior works on basically clarity, convenience, and also like feedback. So clarity is when you know exactly what to do, like when there is a bin that is clearly labeled, in all languages that you understand, like English and Arabic or whatever. That is clarity. Then convenience is that it's at a point where it's easily reachable and it's easy to use, user friendliness. That is a big factor. And then feedback is when there is incentives. We currently when we dispose of waste, we don't get any feedback. They just take the waste and go. But if we somehow got like a message that says that, you helped, keep this amount of waste from landfills with this year or this week or this month or something like that, we feel included and we feel part of this solution. It feels like a win for us also.
Exactly, and can help also to create programs like, it's just an idea that crosses my mind. For example, in the compounds, the house that separates the food, segregates, and gets 10% discount in the D1 next month, or something like that. We know that it's difficult, but imagine if or the house will have a stamp that says that this is a greenhouse, and that's given from the government. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's how you influence behaviors. Behaviors need to change to make a change. Actually, like in certain areas in UAE, it was found that when you improve the infrastructure, like, and if you improve the basically the amenities available to people, and you achieve something, people are more likely to just keep that habit or that movement going once you give like a push from the part of the government and the municipality.
Exactly. And I've tried some things like that. For example, with my daughter, uh, she wants to help, she wants to clean, she wants to help with the dog, and keep the house clean and everything. And one incentive that I know that with the way she looks at me is to wait that I'm proud of you. This is how you do it. You're a great child, and I'm proud of you. I'm so happy, and give her a lot of love, and it works like that. If a municipality or entity comes and say, "You're doing good. This is a greenhouse. This is a green office. This office is doing great." It helps, even if it doesn't come with a monetary incentive. It comes with, I will try to keep doing things right, and create the habit and have it continuously. And that there's an emotional side also for throwing things. Some things that you may want to keep, some things that you are very easy to throw.
Yes, yes. Some people find it, when they dispose of something, they feel guilty for being obviously wasteful, but they also want the clutter gone from their houses. And to these people, if you say, you made this happen, you did a bad thing by disposing of this waste, that's not going to work. That's only going to make them more guilty. That's not going to have a positive effect. But if you encourage them to and if they do a good action, if you basically acknowledge their contribution, it builds a sort of pride in them. And those positive affirmations are much easier to like sustain, and making people feel good about their actions is also, it's a good incentive, like we've been talking about it. But yes, that's how it should be done.
Yeah, and if you can tell people, and you're absolutely right, it works in the sense that if you go with punishment, they will double it. And if you go with incentives or motivating the people to say, you are a great person, you're doing good, keep going, keep making the habit. And if you segregate, for example, from Monday to Thursday, and then in the weekend you throw everything away, then not to come with the you are not consistent, no, but saying you achieve another goal this week, and another goal the next one, and another, till you reach actually to be sustainable. And this point is very important for me, because there are different behaviors in the sense of the cultural differences. It's from where I come from, for example, is like nothing. You can throw your cigarette in the street, or if you're eating cookies, you dispose the plastic just like that in the streets. And in another cultures, you see it's a really big difference to walk in Switzerland, for example. Everything's clean, everything's shining, people is always cleaning. So if you mix these cultures, then there may be a problem there.
Yeah, that is a big issue in UAE because there are all these people from all different cultures. For us in India also, we have a problem with littering. Like you just said, we just throw things on the road and everything. We have a waste issue problem, but honestly, I don't see Indians who come here doing the same thing. Only in there, back in the surroundings influence your behavior. This is very interesting for me to see also. The same people who don't litter here may do it there.
Yes, exactly. And I think the main point for that, because I have a lot of Bolivian friends also here, it's the habits from here. And it's because the rules are clear, and the rules are made to be respected in the sense of don't do this, don't do that, dispose here, don't dispose there, or it will be a issue or a problem for you if you don't follow the rules. So it's funny, like you say, we kind of have two cultural differences inside. Maybe when we go back to the country, it's I'm here, so I can do whatever I want, or I'm in the UAE and I behave.
UA is doing good in that regard actually. Like I've seen videos of Japan also where people they don't have waste bins like we do, like in all everywhere. Like there's not enough density with not enough, I wouldn't say. People don't litter. They if they make a mess, they take it with them, dispose of it when they find a bin or at their home or whatever. They don't throw stuff in the street or wherever they are staying. It's a very good habit. It's actually like amazing civil sense, I would say, civic sense.
Exactly, and there's a exactly phrase from that for that. There is for all the things that you learn, keep the good and dispose the bad. So speaking about all this, how do you see that the future of the waste behavior is going?
Yeah, I think we are moving toward a personalized waste management in a lot of ways because there are all these smart machines connected to the Internet of Things and everything coming around. We are able to get basically derived data on the recycling habits of, let's say, a building or like a community. Those kind of things are very interesting because we can leverage it to roll out these reward or benefit programs, and therefore influence people to be more mindful and to be more green and all of that. Those are all very positive things actually, if used in the right way.
Yes, I was I was just thinking. There's even movies that are leading us to that. I don't know if you saw this movie, Downsizing. It's very interesting because it's a concept of they reduce the size of people to make them really small. So your level of using the things it's reduced a lot, a lot. It's and it's like you say, it's looking great because we are somehow putting the ideas in the people that uh, if you are a person that will take care of the environment, you will have a future and your kids will have a future. And the technology, like you said, it's coming up on hand with this because I need to know where to put, and then we will find even in apps that will say places that I can dispose, a place near me where I can dispose, or where can I throw organic food, just organic food, or where can I throw plastic, Or if I put a wrong waste in a wrong place, it will say to me, it will say, this doesn't belong here. Please move it and put it in the other side. It's going in a great way.
Yeah. Slowly we will get there, especially because UAE has all these the net zero by 2050 goal, and all of these initiatives are rolling out in support of that. We are close, I would say. Slowly we are getting there.
Yes, and like I like to say, there are some challenges, but what's life without challenges? We need to create the habit, not only in the companies but at home, of these 21 to 40 days to keep trying to recycle, keep trying to be good. If you fail 2 3 times, it doesn't matter, just keep going, and once we notice, it's part of ourselves being sustainable. So Niraja, that's we can speak about this and have a lot of experts here and then talk hours and hours and hours, and we will continue, but it's good that we are leaving a message to the people that it's possible as a single person to start creating habits to be sustainable. Thank you for this podcast. Thank you for always being here.
It's a pleasure to be here and to discuss these topics with you.
And a lot of big new topics are coming, so keep tuned.
A lot of new guests also.
Exactly. Yes. Wait the best.